Phil, thanks for taking the time to join me today, fresh off the back of some important recent developments for Emperor Energy, which look to have resonated strongly. So obviously it's a good opportunity to get you on the phone for a quick update. Let's start with a big ticket item from last week. You announced a binding agreement with one of Australia's biggest infrastructure players, an APA group. Now, could you just provide listeners with your view on what the key takeaways are from that agreement?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. So we've been talking to APA for quite some time, over 2 years since we first met with them. We've been providing them with information as we've progressed through analysing the data that's available on the Judith Gas field. We've reanalysed that from a purely first principles approach and first principles perspective to ensure that all the data that we had was as accurate as possible. APA have been involved and had access to that data over time. We had some independent resource analysis done. That was one of the things that they requested. Last year we entered into an MOU, and now we've entered into a binding contract where APA are commencing a pre-front-end engineering design or pre-feasibility study for subsea pipeline, a gas plant located adjacent to the existing Orbis gas plant that APA own and operate, and also an export pipeline to meet the East Coast gas pipeline. So our view is that after some extended period of time, we now have a major partner with a major market cap involved in putting the infrastructure package together for us. So we think that's a big step forward, and the takeaway is that one of the majors has finally identified that this Judith gas field has potentially very large upside.
Thanks, Phil. So looking at Emperor's development timeline, you've flagged drilling Judith the early part of next year. Can you provide listeners with an update on how this timeline is tracking, and what's the advantage of locking in a major infrastructure partner now?
So a lot of junior exploration companies come to the market with exploration progress and details of their resource, but at the same time fail to work out how to commercialise the resource, how to get the resource to market. Our approach has been to focus on conventional gas and conventional gas that we could get to the market. So for us it's a key step forward. It's a case of we now have an infrastructure partner which, provided exploration into the future is successful, that infrastructure partner is in a position to provide the capital to put the infrastructure in place. That means the exploration and production partner that we need to partner up with really just needs to focus on exploration and production, knowing that the capital will then be available to deliver gas to the market. We think that's a big step forward because that takes out a big part of the capital that's required to put the total project together. As far as timing, the drilling schedule is to drill next year in 2021. We still obviously need to secure the exploration partner for that, and at the same time the COVID-19 crisis has caused some delays across the board with drilling equipment, rigs, people, the whole problem. So we are looking at moving the drilling date back into the back end of 21, perhaps even early 22.
Thanks, Phil. Just keeping on the subject of drilling, I understand Emperor is in active discussions with a number of potential farming partners. Can you provide investors with an idea of what kind of dialogue you've been having with those groups?
So we've set up a data room. Our process is that we have an information memorandum for potential partners, investors. We then go through a 1 or 2 day management presentation of technical data and technical information and provide access to the electronic data room. We've been through a range of potential partners. Some of them have exited because of commercial reasons and strategies. Others, timing's not right or they have other priorities. We're still in conversation with a series of potential partners, and we're continuing to work on that.
Thanks, Phil. Finally, Emperor secured $500,000 from investors last week. It's a strong show of support in the current market. What should investors be keeping an eye out for over the coming months?
Well, obviously the next big step for us is to find and secure the exploration partner that can fund the well with us. How that looks and who that is, that's yet to be determined. It may be a single party, it may be a joint venture that comes together from various investors and exploration companies. We really would like to have a partner that has the capability and experience to drill an offshore well, but that's not totally essential. We could hire that experience in for a joint venture situation. So our news flow stream will be progress towards securing that partner. At the same time, we'll be working through the pre-feas study with APA that will start to lead us towards a better understanding of project economics as we tighten up some of the costs associated with the infrastructure. We have done some economics, we like what we've seen, but we're not in a position to release that yet, but it gives us the view that we're heading in the right direction with the project. We're about to commence well design for the drilling component of the project, so that will lead us to a better understanding of well costs, timing and technical issues about how to exploit the resource. They're the main issues. We think that the step off with APA gets us moving forward, and we're quite confident that we'll start to see some consistent milestones being ticked off across the next few months.
Fantastic, Phil. Really look forward to seeing how the project develops. But look, really appreciate you jumping on to give us an update today.
No problem. Thank you.